Hey, Shalom. Okay, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Okay, double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, our elders of GMS. Salutations and peace and much blessings to your hopeful elect of the children of Israel. Okay, that are people of Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian descent. Israelite foreigners as well, who live amongst other nations around the four corners of the earth, but are Israelites through their father's side. And you walk with us, humble yourself as well, to learn this word, to humble yourself, to accept this truth. Peace and shalom. Okay, so we have here is more end time prophecies and signs of the end that we're in. There's just places to be overcome with different types of pestilence and plagues and different types of chaos and madness, disobedience, and so on. So I'm gonna begin with a scripture here. Let me go to the Apocrypha here. Oh, that was the scripture. I had it pulled up. Second Ezra, let's go to 15 and 11 here. It says here, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. All right, good scriptures to start with here. So look at this here. Look at this here. Huge surge in 4 common STIs with 1 million new infections per day. 1 million new infections a day. The number of new SYPHILIS cases among adults aged between 15 and 49 reached 8 million in 2022 with trichomoniasis, chlamydia, gonorrhea also on the rise. And this is from a result of the people really not even giving a damn. This is really coming from really the people having that sexual demon on them, with literally not giving a damn, just constantly feeding into their flesh, man. And this is it says a day. And when was this published? Yesterday, Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. Hold on. See, we're not to get caught up into this filthy madness, man. But then again, let me say this. With our prayer and faith, Yahweh Shem Shai is protecting us from these things. Hold on, come on. Just doesn't want to cooperate here. This is foul, man. 1 million a day. Let's speak on the flesh here. Where's she at? It was Paul. Let me go into some more of Paul's writings here. That's why they hate Paul so much. Paul went in. John 3 and 6. Let me keep going. Here we go, Romans. This is Romans 7. For when we were in the flesh, the motions of sins which by the law did work in our members to bring forth fruit unto death. But now we are delivered from the law, that being dead wherein we were held, that we should serve in newness of spirit and not in the oldness of the letter, serving the flesh. But what shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. Hold on, here you go. Thou shalt not covet. You're hearing that word covet, I think of the movie Silence of the Lamb. And he was going in on how your boy Buffalo Bill, he coveted to turn upon a thing, to have a desire for, long for, to desire, to lust after and covet of those who seek things forbidden. And again, like I mentioned, the movie Silence of the Lamb, how Buffalo Bill, he kidnapped women and he to steal their skin because he wanted to be, he was a man that wanted to be what's popular now, a transformer, you know. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Great movie. So again, I lost my spot. Thou shalt not covet, but sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence, for without the law sin was dead. All right. And that's the spirit of these people, man. They want. You know, it's all about their flesh. It's all about pleasing and feeding into their flesh, man. It's all about that. The wrong spirit to be in, especially in these times. And the proof is right here in the pudding, man. Which I'm with what I'm showing you, that something's wrong here. So like, where was that at? I got so much stuff here. Here we go. Here it is. Something's wrong. You know, that means there's no order. Everything is out of order. That means something's wrong here. Everyone's living lawlessly. You know. So, you know, the sooner the better he come and destroy this place. The sooner the better. And I'm trying to think of the scripture in Isaiah. Mentioned everything being out of order, and you know, get my Bible here. Here we go. Jump in Isaiah real quick. My beat up Bible. Start to make a habit of keeping it close to me. It says here. One, two. Okay, three. Give me a second here. Baby. Let's sort this damn book out. Beat up book. It's like I don't want to say damn. Slip of the tongue. Get frustrated, man. Words just come out. And they do. It's right here in verse 5. Woe, verse 5, Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, You know, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. So let me clear that up here. A foul society we live in. A foul, lawless society we live in. See, it's good for these people to, to have, pretty much liberty to do what the hell they want. This is exactly what these devils want, man. They want you to go out there and fall into that trap, to do what the hell you want. Why? Because they know that the curses apply to us. The NLT says in Isaiah 5:20, what sorrow for those who say that evil is good and good is evil, that dark is light and light is dark, that bitter is sweet and sweet is bitter. You see, because no longer will you be able to resort to going to the clinic and popping you a pill and getting a few shots, and then bam, the disease is gone. Now it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's making a lot of these diseases uncurable. He's making them also a lot stronger and more intense as well. These diseases, man. So let's just read into some of this. And that's a lot. The number of new SIFs. The number of new simpleton cases among adults ages between 15 and 49 reached 8 million in 2022, with trichomoniasis, chlamydia, gonorrhea also on the rise. The number of sexually transmitted infections cases around the world is rapidly increasing, causing a major public health burden, according to a new report. The finding published by the World Health, you know how wicked they are. You know damn well they're behind it. On Tuesday highlights 4 curable STIs, trichomoniasis, the CLA and the GON and the SIF, that account for more than 1 million new infections every year. The majority of the cases involve adults between the ages of 15. They use the ages of 15 as an adult. The majority of cases involve adults between ages 15 and 49. A total of 374 million cases of the 4 were recorded in 2020, according to the report. So it's worse now. 4 years ago, it's far worse now than 4 years ago. The report found a rapid increase in SIFS cases worldwide in the 4.5 years since the onset of that CO19 thing. The number of new SIFS cases among adults ages between 15 and 49 reached 8 million in 2022, 4.9 million of whom were men and 3.9 million were women, and there were 230,000 SIF-related deaths. That is a 12.7% increase from the 7.1 million cases reported in 2020, according to the report. This is amazing. And it just gets worse and worse. And just remind you of ancient Egypt and how lawless and filthy they were. How ungodly the ancient Egyptians lived. Not just first to mention all of the false gods they worship, and then the sexual practices, which really a lot of was they were dwelling into doing a lot of sexual magic. You know, that's the ancient Egyptians. And here Jake's want to be Jake wants to take claim of being Egyptian. You know, they hell bent on claiming it. They're the they were the ancient Egyptians, man. You know. But here you go. Where's that scripture at? I think it's 2nd Ezra 5. Hold on, give me a second here. Yeah, this is horrible in a way, man, because the congenital cyst cases rate per 100,000 live births increase. Babies being born with this horrible disease, man. The global trend reflects the decades-long rise of this filthy disease cases in the United States, Babylon, aka Egypt, showing the highest number of cases since the 1950s, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. That's Jake here, having no self-control, and again, out there doing what the hell you want. Here you go. And it shall be sought of many, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chambers, and shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. You know, not being able to restrain yourself, but feeding all your fleshly desires, going into that word, you know. And let me do that. That's exactly what they're doing. And again, it's a medical term they actually use, being incontinent. When a patient can't hold their number 1 and 2 in. Incontinence. What did the scripture say? It's like it's incontinency. So you can just apply incontinence. Where'd it go? Lack of voluntary control over urination or defecation. Okay, here you go. Number 2, lack of self-restraint. You know, that's why Esau made all these clinics and these free clinics. So they're, pretty much everywhere. They're everywhere, man. Free clinics. Or you can go to your local street pharmacist and see what he has. The sorcerer, the local street sorcerer. So you're going to no longer have these comforts to rely on, because a lot of them not working anymore. So it's a lot of that no type of control, man. And that's what happens when you have no type of control or no type of care, no type of respect or self-respect. It breeds these things. When you're not following after the law, statutes, and commandments, period, as these laws, statutes, and commandments are on us to follow after. Why? For life, you know, for life. And again, it breeds this type of filth, you know. Where'd she go? There she go. It breeds this type of, I don't know where this come from. Here you go. So this is really a warning, man. Beware out there, you know. That's why we're commanded to be circumspect. If you know, if you already know a girl's out there, I know you get that hot and you get the burning. You feel the need to jump on something, But again, prayer comes in, but you still have to be circumspect on who you deal with. First of all, nowadays, you don't know if a female is a man any damn way. You don't even know, man. Unless you have to get up on it and study it, and you have to look at it, and you really have to study it. And nowadays, they're gonna have to take their clothes off, and you have to look between the legs, and even then, they're getting the rods chopped off. This is crazy, man. This world we're living in. This world has to go. It just has to go. And it's mainly Jake. It's mainly Jake that's out there so aggressive, sexually aggressive. The man and the women. And so I found that, syphilis cases rose by 183.4% to 3,755 between the same period. The rising incidence of SIFs raised major concern. We have tools required to end these epidemics as public health threats by 2030. Wait a minute. We have the tools required to end these epidemics as public health threats by 2030? What? You really think we're going to be here by then? That we now need to ensure that in the context of an increasingly complex world, countries do all they can to achieve the ambitious targets they set themselves. Concern about the increased number of antibiotic resistant GONS cases was highlighted in the Devil's Report. Devil, which means deceiver. Highlighted in the Devil's Report, at least 9 countries out of 87 countries reported elevated levels. Again, this is what happens when the wicked beareth rule. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Where laws should be in place, where, again, women shouldn't be able to, men and women, because under the law of adultery here in Babylon, mainly Babylon, because some parts of the world, especially that's under Islam, they put an adulterer to death. The adulterers and adulterers, they put them to death, and they put them to death immediately. But here in Babylon, it's encouraged, So when the wicked beareth rule, which we're under the control of the wicked, proof is that we have no power over our woman or women, whichever you fall under, There's brothers that do deal with 2, 3 women, but I don't advise it, not in today's world, because you can't keep your eye on those three women. Two is stretching it as well. And you know, one you can't keep your eye on. One, and I'm talking about one you can't keep your eye on. You know, because she has the liberty to go do what she wants as far as shopping, going to school, going to work, going to hang out with family or friends. You know, this woman, she's an opportunist. And even at every opportunity she finds, she eventually Satan is whispering in her ear. And she's listening. It says, when the godly are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in power, they groan. Yeah, you groaning all right when you burning. Yeah, you groaning all right. And that's for sure. Close here. But that's Jake. That's Jake. Here, it's like I thought I had it up. Let me do this here. Let me just go through another flesh scripture. It was actually, hold on. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from the filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of the Most High. Okay, for 2 Corinthians 10:3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. At least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelation. There was given to me a thorn in the flesh. Ooh, Galatians 4, in my temptation, which was in the flesh, was despised. Despised not nor rejected, but received me as an angel of the Most High, even as Yahushua Mashiach. You know, through the infirmity of the flesh, I preach the gospel. I'm trying to think of the scripture of trouble in the flesh. Ooh, there you go. Galatians 5:13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty only. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. Then I say, then walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifested, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, and lasciviousness. Okay? Uncleanness, man. Physical. In a moral sense, the impurity of lustful, luxurious, profligate living. Profligate living. Profligate. Recklessly. That's recklessly going from hopping from girl to girl, man. That's a foul spirit, you know. And jumping from man to man, or jumping from man and woman, you know. There's Jakes out there that And oh man, and I said a lot. You like IUIC and ISUPK and Sakari, man. You see how they're going off on key points. Hey, when them cameras not rolling, man, they in their personal life. I always believe that. Hey, there's a lot of foul shit going on amongst them, But again, the Spirit is bringing that out anyway. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing a lot of these things out to light anyway, you know. So again, living recklessly, extravagant or wasteful in the use of resources, licentious, dissolute person. You see? So it says idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law, and they that are Yahushai's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. And a good way to keep yourself walking in the Spirit, maintain the Spirit, keep yourself busy doing something. If it's not studying, reading, making videos, out in the highways and byways working, you should be out doing some cardio, working, being productive. You got to keep your mind busy, man. Keep your occupied, because that moment, these demons, man, are always looking for an opportunity. Because you've noticed this is a constant battle, in your head, in your mind, that you have. It's a constant battle that we have to deal with, not outside of the other battles of the goddamn world. These demons of the world, man. The Esau, the 2/3, labor, slaving on the plantation, and dealing with these women, and the whole bunch. Just to keep your mind going. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. So let me do this here. Where's it at? Devour, take heed. 17. For ye have been called to live in freedom by brothers and sisters. So I say, let the Holy Spirit guide your lives, then you won't be doing what your sinful nature craves. The sinful nature wants to do evil, which is which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And with this ministry of ours, and especially being awakened to the true wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we now sincerely want a righteous world where uprightness and peace and quietness, and that's a sincere thing that we desire, and power. That's something we sincerely desire. But again, the spirit, how the flesh is constantly, again, the sinful nature wants to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are the opposite of what the sinful nature desires. And living in this goddamn world, it causes us stress, man. It's a constant stress that we have to a constant stress which we have to endure. It's a constant stress, and stress kills. So that's why you have to actually, through the Spirit, as you're fighting against that flesh, that's causing that that stress. So it's stress, and it's stress constantly amongst the brethren. Your diet, which is important to avoid a lot of those things that weaken your immune system. A lot of these, how you see how it's like all connected. It's all connected, you know. So your diet, how a lot of those bad sugars, like especially the high fructose corn syrups, and that's why Esau is even with his GMOs, and it's a constant war going on, man. Constant war, you know. He says that opposite of what the sinful nature desires, these two forces are constantly fighting each other, so ye are not free to carry out your good intentions. But when ye are directed by the Spirit, ye are not under obligations to the law of Moses. But when ye follow desires of your sinful nature, the results are very clear: sexual immorality, impurity, lustful pleasures. Just like ancient Egypt. And I have a few things which I wanted to go through, especially concerning ancient Egypt. How, syphilis. These things was common back then with the ancient Egyptians. These things were common back then. And that's why I read 2nd Ezra, 6, what was that, 15? He will bring these plagues upon Egypt as before. So let me hit this last scripture here. Let me see if I get it. Come on, come on, come on. You should know this, 2 Timothy 3:1. Ye should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. For people will love only themselves and their money. That's the NLT, Slocket. And their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High, disobedient to their parents, and ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. You normally a woman was sacred. She's your property, man. She's your property. And what does the scripture say about that? What I just said? She's your property. But now everybody's passing around if they're not. What do they call it? Being swingers. Swingers. The woman sleeping with the other wife, and the husband sleeping with the husband, or vice versa. I haven't read this in a while. You know what? Where's she at? Let me get this. I read this in a while. It's literally been a while. He that getteth a wife getteth a possession. Where's that scripture at? Where's that scripture at? Give me a second here. Slocky, give me a second here. Yeah, it's been a minute. Let me see if I can look it up. No, it's not post. I know that's not. No, that don't even look right. There you go, 36. Hold on, give me a second here. 36, I'm looking at my apocrypha here. 36. It's 36. Okay. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. I should, my spelling was off today. A help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. So it's your property. She's your property. But now that's not even valued in today's society, man. You know, you men are like mouths are shut. They're obedient to these women, man. They're obedient to these women. So they allow these women to get down and do what they want. Because the woman literally, in all reality, she wants to control your ass, but at the same time, she don't give a shit. As long as she can control you. They will consider nothing sacred. Nothing sacred. So everybody sleep with everybody. You know? There was a time where a woman would consider her kitty cat sacred, man. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and will have no self-control. There you go, no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will be cruel and hate what is good. You hearing that? The women's liberation movement, you know? And these wicked niggas love that, that wicked ideology where women, feminine women, and being empowered. They love that ideal, man, because, you know, that makes that a lot more of these women that shouldn't be available, they make them, they're available. And these wicked niggas love that, man. These adulterous pieces of trash, they love that, man. They will betray their friends. Yeah, adultery. I've experienced so-called friends looking at my wives, my kids' moms, desiring them, man. Cut off. And I even marked them to this day. The main ones, marked them. Be reckless. They will betray friends, their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride. I gotta look at my job. I work more than him. That nigga he ain't making enough. He ain't working. He out chasing other girls, you know, just, that's some foul, that's some wicked, man, that's just wicked. And love pleasure rather than the Most High. That lustful, that adultery is pleasure, loving pleasure. That's that adultery. So they love that adultery rather than the Most High, which the fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the beginning of knowledge. They hate that, man. So what does the scripture say? What does it say in Proverbs where he destroyeth his own soul? Speaking on adultery, he that committeth adultery destroyeth his own soul. He shall not escape. That adultery, man, that love of pleasure is where these diseases is coming from. Damn devils, damn black devils. You're of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Damn black devils. It ain't funny though. It's real. It's real. Let me go in the end. Go to slow. Oh man. There's a word I wanted in the King James though. There you go. In 2 Timothy 3:3, without natural reflect of truth, breakers, false accusers, incontinent. Incontinent.
Strong's G 193. Arkrates.
Without self-control. Without self-control. Without self-control. And what does it say? Being incontinent. It says this is the your ultimate punishment is not receiving the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says here, persecution, affliction which came unto me in Antioch and Iconium and Lystra, and what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yea, and all that will live godly in Yahushua Mashiach shall suffer persecution, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and been deceived. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of knowing of whom thou hast learned them. Slack it. Where's my point? Okay. But the whole point is, these are examples of those that will not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And didn't it mention that in Galatians? It says, T goes hard. There you go. That they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And I'm in with that. Envies, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Shalom.